Alright mga kaibigan, isa na namang gabi ng pag-atid sa inyo ng SBA Next. Dito po sa One Sports, One Sports Plus and all the signal networks, pati na rin sa lahat ng ating live streaming platforms. Ito po si Noel Zarate. At ito nga po yung pangalawang laban natin sa ating independent matchups tonight. Makikita po natin ang laban itong si Jason Lee Osorio. Kalaban naman niya itong si Mark Kinlog. Noel Zarate, nag-atid sa inyo ng aksyon mula po sa Sharks Billiards Arena sa Morato, Quezon City. At alam naman po natin, may dalawa na nakalusot sa ating independent players. Sino ang lulusot papunta sa ating top 40? Malalaman po natin dito sa ating unang matchup sa ating gabing ito. So without further ado, pwede na tayo mag-lag dito. And Jason Osorio will be in the gray jersey. Kalaban naman niya ito si Mark Kinlog in the orange jersey. So ang ating referee si Mario Bautista, pwede na pong simulan ng ating labanan with the lag. Anytime now para masimulan na natin itong ating independent matchup for tonight. There they go. So we had two players going through last night. Importante rin po rito yung paramihan ng, kung sino matalo, paramihan ng racks won. Kasi yun ang magiging sanhin ng ating tiebreaker. So the lag is now set. And it looks like the lag will favor Mark Kinlog. He will be breaking first dito po sa ating labanan of the Independents. This is SBA Next and we will have the action for you when we return.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW for the serious sports bet.
Mavericks, 10-ball World Cup champion, and the Conland Pro player.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW for the serious sports bettor.
Balikan po natin ang aksyon dito po sa SBA Next as we continue to give you the best of the matchup sa ating independent players. Tandaan po natin dito sa ating mga independent players, we will trim it down to 40. So far, there are more than 64 players. 64 ang registered, may mga alternates din sila. And yun na nga titignan natin kung sino aabot sa final 40. Already 2 players advancing from yesterday, Dan Zambrano. Pati na rin to si Mark Russell Sarusad. Maraming salamat sa Conlen. Yan po yung mesa nakikita natin in play dito sa ating SBA Next. Conlen, of course, has been supporting SBA for quite a long time. So now let's see if the rampage will continue para dito kay Mark Kinlog. Dito sa kanilang labanan nitong si Jason Osorio. Osorio's had a little bit of issues, especially sa safety battle. Had 2 fouls earlier in the last rack. And nothing down on the break para naman dito kay Mark Anthony Kinlog. Konting silip si Uno, not enough to make it para dito kay Osorio. So he has to kick at it. Might be cuttable into the corner pocket para kay Kinlog. Kaano kaya ni Mark Kinlog ang dating volleyball player ng Adamson University na si Angelica Kinlog, ano? It's a very rare surname. Nabangga yung numero 4. Kinapos tuloy ang lakas ng pamato papunta sa numero 2. Tago ulit. Needs to be creative on this too. Mukhang magiging ligpitan na to if the 2-ball. Oh, there's more safety battles coming up. But now the 2 is shown. Nilayo na lamang yung numero 2. Nagamit pa rin yata ng konting 7. Good contact on the 2, however, sells it out. Nice shot on the 2. Bad preparation on the 3. Oh, he may fluke in the 8 ball. So sorry with 2 flukes already today. Tignan natin kung ito yung magiging sanhin na kanyang paghahabol dito. Down 4-0. And almost flukes the 4 after making the 3 as well. That miss on the 4 is going to bring Jason Lee Osorio to the seat once again, and Kinlog back on. Has a piece of the 4. Tignan natin kung he can actually massay this, but he's going for a direct hit. Kasha naman yata, and he does cheat the pocket. Looking at the 5 now. So it looks like Mark Anthony Kinlog was able to dodge a bullet. Nung nakadalawang sunod naman ito si Jason Lee Osorio. And he's got 2 remaining. It's a 5-0 lead for Mark Anthony Kinlog. We'll have more action when we return dito po sa SBA Next.
Mavericks 10-ball World Cup champion and the Conland Pro player.
Papasok na po tayo sa rack number 8 dito po sa ating labanan between Mark Anthony Kinlog at ito si Jason Osorio. We are coming off that 1-9 combination na finally nakakuha na po ng puntos or first rack 1 para dito kay Osorio. Thank you to our friends from Signal sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta rito sa SBA Next. Noel Zarate pa rin po, naghatid sa inyo ng aksyon. At sabi ng ating referee, si Mario Bautista, break. Hindi po para magpahinga, pero para sumargo na. Direct Beams, yung orientation natin ng konti, baka pwedeng padapa. Ayan, sinasabi ko na on air. Kasi medyo... Okay, tignan natin kung kakayanin natin to. That's better. Unsuccessful on the 1 ball. Of course, salamat sa mga friends natin from Signal. You are watching us live on the Signal Networks, One Sports, One Sports Plus, Pilipinas Live. Medyo masalimutan magiging tira dito sa numero 2. All sorts of issues here. Queuing above the 9 ball. Osorio sends the 2 ball away. Hinilera sa numero 8. Pero maganda rin ang placement ng cue ball just on that short rail sa taas. Nilayo rin yung numero 2. That's a good result coming from Kinlog. Tanda po natin, 6-1 ang ating score. Kinlog already on the hill. As Osorio tries to fight back. Osorio gets it into the side pocket. Ang daming magic shot na ginagawa nitong si Jason Lee Osorio. However, he's gonna have to pull another rabbit out of his hat. As nakaharang ang numero 7 dito sa 3. He's gonna have to kick at this again. This time he scratches. I believe that's the 4th foul in this contest. Para dito kay Jason Lee Osorio. Ball in hand naman para dito kay Kinlog. He gets this. He is going to make it to the next round. Bumilis na ang kanyang shooting dito kasi maganda na ang latag ng mga bolang natitira. 5 and 6 going into the same pocket. Seven barely clears the point. So that goes into the side pocket. Ito na ngayon yung pabalik dito sa numero 8. Konting biyahe ng pamato. Binatak na lamang. Nice. 2 balls away from a place in the final 40. And Mark Anthony Kinlog is through to the next round. A 7-1 win for Mark Anthony Kinlog kontra kay Jason Lee Osorio. And he is through to the final 40 dito sa ating mga independent players. Of course, sa ilang sandali, magkakaroon na naman tayo ng isa pang matchup among our independent players as Aaron Bruce Aquino, aka Santino from Bulacan, takes on Jeffrey Marquez, Jeff Baguio of Tarlac, Tarlac. As we continue to bring you the action of our Independent Players Showdown dito po sa SBA Next. Diyan lang po kayo.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW for the serious sport.
W Mavericks, 10-ball World Cup champion, and the Content Pro player.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW for the serious sports bettor.
And we are now approaching, ano ba to, 10:30 ng gabi at hindi pa natin malalaman kung sino mananalo rito. Tabla po itong ating laban at 2 racks apiece. This is a race to 7. First 2 racks going the way of Jeffrey Marquez and Aaron Bruce Aquino. Able to get the last 2, no thanks to a shot clock violation kontra kay Marquez. Maraming salamat once again sa mga kaibigan natin sa Smart Sports for your continued support of SBA Next and the Sharks Billiards Association. Kasama na rin ng One Ball Billiards Specialists. So it will be the break once again para dito kay Aquino. Aaron Bruce Aquino from Bulacan. May hawig ba kay Santino ito? Yan natin yung sargo niya. Kung magiging matagumpay. Nope, dry break. But the 1 ball is being blocked now, or the cue ball is being blocked by the 4. So push out na naman ang gagawin dito ni Marquez. If anything, Marquez is a quick decision maker. Nung nakita niyang push out ang kailangan dito, alam na niya kagad kung saan patatakbuhin itong pamato. Left an open shot here for Aquino, but it is an 8.5-foot shot on the 1. Balik tayo sa espadahan. Although, not successful para kay Aquino because now Marquez has a clean shot on the 1 ball. Di na itago yung 1 sa likod ng 5, which was the plan of the Bulaqueño. Itong si Aquino, and that is an unforced error para dito kay Marquez. Mukhang binadali niya yung tira that time. Took it for granted, missed it, and now this is a roll in the making para dito kay Aquino. 1 into that bottom left corner pocket. No offense. Spadahan, may tatago pa sa likod ng tres? Not quite. Six ball in the way of the one. Nilayo lang ulit yung uno. Oh, how many cushions is this? Almost made it. That was a 3-cushion attack on the one ball coming from Jeffrey Marquez. Almost made it, but if he did, he would have had a problem with the 2 ball. Soft roll. Not soft enough. Yung pectus kumapit sa tapete, to kumapit sa rails. And now out of position for this 2 ball. Again, another safety. Cue ball hiding behind the 3. So this is an easy kick escape. Can he make it a kick and stick? Putting that cue ball behind the 3 and sending the 2 ball away. Instead, he just attacks the 2 ball. Itong si Marquez. And creates a problem. 5 and 7. Blocking any direct path on the 2 ball. It's going to be a one-rail kick. Para kay Aquino. No contact. So Marquez forcing the foul, ball in hand for the gentleman from Tarlac. Kanina, nag-scratch din si Marquez dyan sa side pocket. Almost does the same thing. And did not want that ball to land on top of the rail. 4 ball also against the rail. Still able to manage it. Yung ganyang klaseng plangketa na ginagamit dito ni Marquez. Pag nakalaban mo to sa labas at pinorma ka ganyang plangketa, mag-ingat ka na. Yung mga nanonood dyan na taga-Tarlac, nanonood dyan mga taga-Baguio. Ako po'y taga-Baguio rin. Mag-comment lang po kayo. Bigyan nyo po ng matinding pag-cheer. Itong ating dalawang lumalaban. Of course, sa Bulacan, medyo malawak yung Bulacan. Hindi po natin alam kung taga-saan sa Bulacan. Itong si Santino, a.k.a. Aaron Bruce Aquino. But for all the Bulakeños out there, naku, alam naman natin, marami pong nagiging produkto na magaling dyan sa Bulacan. We did meet. Ito si James Verano, Mr. Remember Me. Saka si Edgy Geronimo, both from Marilao, Bulacan. Sa mga nasasalanta dyan ng bagyo, mga natatamaan ng bagyo. Mag-ingat po, tutok lang po kayo dito sa aming pag-aatid sa inyo ng SBA Next para may konting kasiyahan habang umiilag po tayo sa ulan. 2 balls away from taking a 3-2 lead for Jeffrey Marquez. Oh, took his eye off the 8 ball that time. Yung mga may halo ng kaba. I'm sure yung mga iba dyan, nagsasharking, yung mga ibang players natin. Dimar Castronuevo is in the building. Reynald Salinel is also there. Mga sanay na sa sharking. Tough shot on the 8. Not a problem for Santino. Nakanti pa yung 9 for good measure. And this could be 3 in a row for Aaron Bruce Aquino. Oh, and he gets it to go. So 3 straight racks won by Aaron Bruce Aquino at lamang na po siya dito sa kanilang labanan. This race to 7, 3-2. We will have rack number 6 when we return.
ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
And we are back sa aming paghatid sa inyo ng SBA Next. And this matchup featuring isang taga San Miguel, Bulacan pala. San Miguel, Bulacan. As we thank our friends from Rason, yung ating mga mababait na tumutulong sa atin dito sa SBA Next, pati na rin sa SBA, ang ating pool tables na ginagamit sa ating mga kompetisyon. So, ito pa lang si Aaron Bruce Aquino is from San Miguel, Bulacan. And tarlak-tarlak naman po ang pinanggalingan nitong si Jeffrey Marquez. Rack number 6, break. One ball almost going down, but almost doesn't cut it here. Another dry break for Aquino. Now, walang butas para dito sa uno. Could be another safety battle to begin. Watch out for the side pocket. Munti ka na naman doon. Itong si Marquez. Unable to get the job done. Hiding the cue ball behind the 8. So ngayon, kita na yung numero 1 pero nakaharang pa rin yung 8 sa kanyang papasok sa corner pocket. Oh, that was an ambitious safety attempt. It did not work. Harang naman pa rin yung 2 sa linya nitong numero 1 para may pasok doon sa corner pocket. So this is gonna be another safety from Aquino. Oh, he actually had enough. Okay, good. Medyo yung angle na yan, medyo misleading, pero good for Aquino to be able to get that one. But missed on the 2. 2 is still tracking, but it's not gonna get into that corner pocket. So, nagmintis na nga sa 2, nagkaroon pa ng harang dito sa numero 9. And that was a shot a little too quick para dito kay Jeffrey Marquez. Another foul, no contact on the object ball. Tingnan natin yung ibabalak dito ni Aquino. He might try to get him out on 3 fouls. Kasi madaling itago yung pamato sa likod ng 9. But instead, gusto na lang niya magligpit. No more issues to report. The 4 and the 5 plays as a combination, and that the key shot now is from this 3 ball to the 4. Gamit ulit ng tiririt. Etong si Aquino. Needs to get some legs. Well, from a combination shot to probably a billiard shot now. Still a combination. 4-5 successful. And the cue ball had enough speed para balikan ang numero 4. Again, everything out in the open now para kay Santino. Aaron Bruce Aquino. Na dumadami na yung mga bumabati sa atin dito sa ating Facebook comment section. Sabi ni Jer Pangilinan, good luck kay Aaron Bruce, Barcelona. Aquino, may Barcelona pa palang kasama yan. Shoutout naman kay Jeffrey Marquez, galing dito kay John Luis Tambasakan. Kasha ang 7 sa likod nito 9. Neil Asibar is saying, Jeff, galingan mo. Maraming nanonood sa'yo sa TV. Scout Ojeda. Nakakamiss din sa Baguio, no? Kinuha pa sa kabila talaga. That was a blind cut. Confident stroke coming from Aquino. So apparently the 9 was in the way. And he had to change that shot. This has the makings of 4 straight wins for Aaron Bruce Aquino. And the youngster from San Miguel, Bulacan, now up 4-2 in this race to 7 sa ating independent players sa SBA Next. We'll have more action when we return. Patuloy po ang paghatid namin sa inyo ng SBA Next. Action of course coming to you from the Sharks Billiards Arena sa Morato, Quezon City. Punta lang po kayo dito. Admission is free as we thank our friends from pusop.com, part of the Smart Sports Network. Sa inyo patuloy na pagsuporta sa SBA Next and SBA Season 2. Noel Zarate pa rin po nag-aatid sa inyo ng aksyon. And of course, we are just in the second day of competition dito. Hanggang Sabado po ang week number 1. And later on after this, ang katanungan, makakabawi ba ang Fury Stable kontra sa Bad Coy Warriors after William Mijares Jr. was a 7-4 winner sa laban niya against Alexis Ferrer last night. Sino kaya ang ipapasok na magkabilang stables? We'll find out after this match sa ating Independence. Nice movement on the break. However, another unproductive one for Aaron Bruce Aquino. And this layout is pretty open for Marquez. Kala nakikita natin si Marquez minsan nagmamadali sa kanyang tira. Nagiging sanhi ng mga sablay. But with this layout, he can actually afford to take his time. Tandaan natin, that's a 30-second shot clock. Pag medyo kailangan mo ng konting oras para mag-isip, you can call an extension, which is 10 seconds additional think time. We have not seen a break and run out tonight, by the way. Parati sila nagkakapalitan. Nagspadahan, actually. No issues on the 5. Nice landing in between the 6 and the 8. So going back to his rhythm that got him the first 2 racks, itong si Jeffrey Marquez. Oh! And it happens again. Kagabi, the 2 ball was already down. Lumabas pa. At kababalaghan na naman na nangyari dito para kay Marquez. That's the same pocket kung saan pumasok na dapat ang numero 2 kagabi. Now it's the number 7 ball that was already down, then spun its way out. And a gift for Aaron Bruce Aquino. Kita mo biglang napadasal dito si Marquez. Ano nangyari doon? Namaligno. Aquino is gonna make sure And he takes full advantage of that unfortunate roll for Jeffrey Marquez. This 9 ball to give him 5 in a row. Five straight racks for Aaron Bruce Aquino, now up 5-2 in this race to 7. Alam naman natin yung importansya talaga ng getting as many racks as you can. And boy, Jeffrey Marquez had an opportunity na mailapit sa isa na lang ang kanyang kailangang habulin. Pero yun na nga, yung numero 7, nasa loob na ng butas, biglang niluwa. Hindi pumumug ang tawag dun. Engkanto na po ang nangyari dun para dito kay Marquez. As we say hi to the people watching us, of course, sa ating live stream, sa Facebook Live at least, itong si John Mervin Enriquez, aka Dolphy daw, si Aaron Bruce Aquino. At si Charles Dominic de Guzman, also watching us. Again, right after this match, ang magiging laban po natin is Bad Coy versus Fury, stable versus stable. Bad Coy able to strike first last night on a 7-4 win by JJ Millares over Alexis Ferrer. And the problems on the break continue for Aquino. One four combination to open. And now a 1-2 combination. How about that? Akasya pala yung uno doon. With that being said, open layout na naman ito para kay Marquez. And the only one who can beat Jeffrey Marquez in this rack is Jeffrey Marquez. And an unforced error earlier nung paligpit na siya. Then of course in the last rack, 7 ball was already down, then spun out of the pocket. Kumusta po sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin na tinatamaan ng bagyo ngayon? Mag-iingat po tayong lahat. Try to stay safe and dry and watch SBA Next. Habang kayo po ay nagpapatuyo. Medyo kinapos ang balak na preparasyon dapat nitong si Marquez to get from the 6 to the 7. Still able to pull it off. Yun lang. At napailing din dito ito si Marquez kasi yung numero 8 naging demanding tuloy ang kanyang tira dito. He's gonna have to do a safety shot. Tawid dagat dapat. Trying to test the shooting ability nitong si Aaron Bruce Aquino from San Miguel, Bulacan. Doesn't get it. But did he have a backup plan? Ganda naman nun. Perfect speed to hide the cue ball behind the 9. Kapiranggot ng 8 ata. Kita? No, he has to kick at it. At yun ang tinatawag na bahala na si Batman. Rains are starting to pick up where we are. Hopefully everybody's safe and dry at this moment. Aquino 2 balls away from the hill. Very pure stroke on that 8 ball. And this 9 ball to put him on the hill after being down 2-0. That is 6 racks in a row for Aaron Bruce Aquino of San Miguel, Bulacan, and he is 1 win away from a place in the final 40. Makukuha kaya niya yan? This is SBA Next.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
World Cup champion and the Online Pro player.
And we welcome you back to our continuing coverage of SBA Next. Shout out kay Victor Lim. Pa-shoutout daw sa Pocket 8 Billiards na nanonood sa atin ngayon. Saan banda yung lugar niyo, boss? Para mabati natin lahat ng mga naglalaro dyan, sabay nanonood ng ating pag-atid ng SBA Next. Noel Zarate pa rin po. Nag-atid sa inyo ng aksyon. And right after this match, if Aquino takes it now, we will be preparing for our stable showdown. As maraming salamat sa Pilipinas Live. Sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta sa SBA Next, you are watching us right now on Pilipinas Live and you can watch live and on demand. Of course, also for One Sports and One Sports Plus. Breaking for the match, Aaron Bruce Aquino. 6 straight racks won. Finally, success on the break. Para dito kay Aquino, lusot ba yung 1 sa 8? Yan ang katanungan dito. Looks like there is enough space. The 2 ball all the way at the opposite part of the table. Oh, ginabi. Ginabi yung 1. May konting harang na binibigay dito ang numero 5. Making the 1 should not be a problem, but getting back to the 2 ball, that's the key here. Overstruck it. Now Aquino has to play a safety battle to get the win. He's actually been doing well sa kanyang safety. That's another good one. 7 ball in front of the 2 ball. May kick shot na gagawin dito. Itong si Marquez. Actually, kaya niya palang tamaan ng direkta yon. And now, hindi na itago yung pamato sa likod ng 5. This plays as a 2-8 combination. Oy, nag-double contact doon sa 2. Nag-sorry pa itong si Aquino because the double contact was not intended. Yan tuloy nangyari. Nakaharang ang 5 sa 2. And a miss on the 2 from Marquez. Plus a scratch. Not an easy put away so far para dito kay Aquino. Medyo may mga challenges pa itong rack na ito. And that 4 ball is available into the side pocket. Nice natin batiin si Marvin Abesamis, one of my favorite players from from the Sharks 9-ball showdown watching right now. Ito naman si Crispin. Nagpapa-shoutout. Chris Packeting ng Camarines Norte. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagnood. Ngayon, itong 5. Alanganing kombinasyon para sa 8. Kakayanin ba ni Aquino? Sa kabila, kinuha, hindi pumasok. That's one of the things that separates these young pros from the seasoned veterans, yung mga prep shots nila. But a miss as well from Marquez. And with the way Aquino has been shooting tonight, he could be 4 balls away from the match. And if Aquino does make the final 3 balls, that will be 7 in a row para sa kanya. Watch out! Watch out! Oh my goodness. Ang laki-laki ng mesa, doon pa bumagsak. I think where? He's actually looking to play it, what? 2 rails. It's a 2-rail kick to the 8. It's an offensive kick. Can't get it. And a reprieve para dito kay Jeffrey Marquez. Preparation, as we mentioned earlier. That's what separates these young pros from the veterans. And the 6-game winning streak of Aaron Bruce Aquino is about to come to an end if Marquez can knock down this 9. And he does. 6-3 for Aquino. And this is not yet over. Patuloy po ang ating paghatid ng Sharks Billiards Association SBA Next, rack number 10 when we return.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
Back with us here inside the Sharks Billiards Arena. Dito po sa Morato, Quezon City. Shoutout kay Doc Nicky Ang na walang sawang nanonood kahit na mukhang binabaha na sa kainta ito si Doc Nicky. And Justine Kamais. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagnood as we thank Conlen for your continued support of SBA Next. Noel Zarate pa rin po nag-atid sa inyo ng aksyon. Still on the hill, itong si Aaron Bruce Aquino. Pero na-break yung kanyang 6-game winning streak in that last rack after a positional error. And Jeffrey Marquez pinagalaw yung 9. However, the cue ball has disappeared. Scratch on the break. Titignan natin yung layout para dito kay Aquino. Seems simple enough. May mga kumpul-kumpul dyan pero mukhang hindi naman issue. Starting with this 1 ball. Uy, 1-9 na kaagad. Nagmamadali, may lakad yata ito si Aquino. Going to end it all with this 1-9 combination with ball in hand. Aaron Bruce Aquino ends this match with that 1-9 combination He is a 7-3 winner kontra kay Jeffrey Marquez, and he is through to the round of 40 dito po sa ating independent players sa SBA Next. And that being said, abangan na po natin ang day 2 ng ating stable versus stable as stable or Fury Stable takes on the Bad Koi Warriors when we return dito po sa SBA Next.
Cup champion and the Conland Pro player.
At ito na po ang hinihintay nating matchup, stable versus stable once again. Noel Zarate pa rin po nag-aatid sa inyo ng aksyon. And it will be Bad Koy versus Fury. And tonight, itong kupunan ng Bad Koy will be fielding in itong kanilang pambato na si Jack De Luna. Double check po natin ay mga kakampi natin, baka mamaya kamali-mali na tayo. Of course, it's Jack De Luna versus etong si John Vincent Vicedo, or sometimes called John Vincent Vicedo II. So sila po mga maglalaban. Tandaan po natin nangyari kagabi, no? Bad Koy was able to draw first blood by virtue of the win para dito kay JJ Millares kontra kay Alexis Ferrer. So it is Jack De Luna representing Team Fury. At ito namang si John Vincent Vicedo representing Team Bad Koy. So makabawi pa kaya rito etong kupunan ng Fury? We'll find out. You are watching us right now on One Sports and One Sports Plus, part of the Signal Network. Of course, nice din natin batiin yung mga kaibigan natin nanonood sa Pilipinas live right now. And we are about to begin the lag. Race to 7 pa rin po tayo. Dito sa ating stable versus stable. Mario Bautista still our referee. And who's gonna take the opening lag? Jack De Luna. If that name is familiar, he's actually the younger brother of the Bull, Jeff De Luna. Kaliwete. Ito pong si Jack. And Vicedo, the orthodox fighter, is going to win the lag. So first break of this evening ay mapupunta po dito sa Bad Koy Warriors. And once again, we would like to thank our friends from the Games and Amusements Board. Of course, this is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. At of course, yung ating mga nanonood sa atin all over the world. We will acknowledge, of course, our friends from the Games and Amusements Board who are here with us tonight. Hanap ko lang yung listahan na yun. Alright. This is Vince Eusebio is also here with us tonight. So it looks like we are going to take a short break before we begin our Battle of the Stables dito po sa SBA Next.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
Of course, our GAB representatives Vince Eusebio and Dominic Almaden are here as well. Our referee Mario Bautista. And our first break of the night dito po sa ating Race to 7. John Vincent Vicedo II representing Bad Koy Warriors against Jack De Luna of the Fury Stable. Sila po ay nakapula, itong Fury, at of course itong Vicedo with Bad Koy is going to break first. This break nets the 7 ball. All right, here we go. It's going to be a safety battle to begin this one. We're going to see a lot of quality safeties between these veterans. John Vincent Vicedo for Team Bad Boy is from Tupi, South Cotabato. Baka kagagaling ko lang sa inyo ah. He's also known as the Black Lizard. And from Montalban, Rizal naman, ito si Jack De Luna, aka the Tornado. It is Vicedo who's gonna miss on the one. It's gonna be ball in hand for De Luna. Hindi pa rin madali ang opening shot dito nitong si Jack De Luna. Looks like he's gonna try to play another safety. No, kasya naman yata yung uno sa likod ng 8. Now it's gonna be a safety. Trying to look for foul number 2. Although nabigyan ng konting puwang itong si Vicedo na makasingit sa likod ng 8. Is there enough room? Oh, he's not looking at that direction. So talagang kandadong-kandado. Yung uno sa likod ng 8. He's gonna try to go 2 rails behind this 9 ball. And does not get there. That's foul number 2 on John Vincent Vicedo II. Nawala na ng hiding spot itong si Jack De Luna. He's gonna have to try to run this out. Tandaan natin that Vicedo is sitting on 2 fouls right now. Jack De Luna, the Tornado from Montalban, Rizal. Of course, yung kanyang kuya ay The Bull. Now, this is a runnable rack already para kay De Luna. Of course, for Jack. Coming off a runner-up finish against Jeffrey Ignacio sa Tarlac City just earlier this year. 11-6 loss in the final in the Break 88 Pool Club Tournament. Madalas niya po nakakatapat sa mga laban sa labas. Carlo Biado lang naman at saka Cheska Centeno lang naman. Diba? The Tornado meets the Flash. Magandang labanan yon. Not a good preparation though for the 4 ball for De Luna. Overhit it a bit. Now he's behind the 8 ball. Rack number 1 pa lang po tayo. So may contact point naman para dito sa 4. Pahirapan na lang niya yung tira dito nitong si John Vincent Vicedo II. Although this shot will reset the fouls unless he scratches. Fouls are now reset for Vicedo. Back to 0. And he's hoping to get the first foul on De Luna. Good contact on the 4. However, the cue ball did not cooperate. Pumasok pa naman yung 4 dun sa tira ni De Luna. That is foul number 1 on De Luna, but it doesn't look like Vicedo's gonna need to get him out on fouls. Ang ganda na ng kalat ng bola. One mistake from the Tornado leads to this potential run out from the Black Lizard. I mean, we've seen the Black Eagle before, but the Black Lizard, that's something else. At eto na, ang unang pagkakataon na makatala ng puntos para dito sa koponan ng Bad Boy. Winners last night, 7-4 in the first stable matchup and now up 1-0 dito po sa unang laban in day 2 of competition in SBA Next. Magbabalik po kami, diyan lang po kayo.
10-ball World Cup champion and a Conland Pro player.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
Back with us here inside the Sharks Billiards Arena. At rack number 2, malapit na po magsimula dito sa ating labanan ng stable versus stable. Ang haba ng ating rack number 1, nagkaroon ng spadahan, nagkaroon ng maraming foul. And in the end, John Vincent Vicedo II able to claim victory kontra dito kay Jack De Luna. Noel Zarate pa rin po naghatid sa inyo ng aksyon dito sa ating pangalawang araw ng labanan sa stable versus stable dito po sa SBA Next. Again, what's at stake para dito sa dalawang stables na ito? Alam naman natin, may kampyonato pang parating, but the winner or the one that has the most points at the end of this group phase, if you will, or this preliminary phase, will get the number 1 pick among the last 10 players na matitira sa independent to beef up their lineup. As we thank Smart Sports for your continued support of SBA Next and the Sharks Billiards Association, as well as Rason, ang ating mga world-class at pool tables na ginagamit lang naman dito sa Sharks Billiards Arena. So the number 1 team gets to be the first to pick among the remaining 10 players sa ating independents. Sa ating independents, of course, from 64 right now down to 40, down to 20, then down to 10, and then magkaka-drafting na. The number 1 team, of course, getting the first pick. This is going to be a dry break, though, para kay John Vincent Vicedo. He's 1 for 2 on his break tonight. Back now para dito kay Jack De Luna. So medyo may storya pa yung mga kalat ng bola rito. Let's see if he can find a way to free up this clump. And nagkaroon pa ng isa pang clump doon. Although that 7 does go into the side pocket. Tiririt required on this 2-ball para kay De Luna. The first group is composed of the 3, 9, and 5. And then you also have the 8 and the 7 together. Nice cut by De Luna. Yun lang, by making this 2-ball, does he have enough of the 3? Mukhang kasya naman. He does have enough of the 3 to get it into the corner pocket. Go up 2 rails, perhaps 3 to get to the 4. Oh, he did not want it. He did not want that to happen. Naunsyami ang kanyang preparasyon para sa 4. Dahil tumama ang pamato sa 8 at saka sa 7. The kick at this 4. Oh, has a chance of going in. And the 4-ball goes down. What a roll. And look at this. A 5-9 combination para kay Jack De Luna to abbreviate rack number 2. Just when you thought na nakulong na siya dahil sa kanyang pagkakamali. May pagkakataong pa makalaya at magkaroon pa ng tagumpay. Five-9 down. 5-9 combination is in. And just like that, Jack De Luna, from a disaster to triumph. Para dito kay Tornado. 1-all ang ating score. Rack number 3 when we return. Rack number 3, malapit na po magsimula dito sa aming paghatid sa inyo ng stable versus stable. Always the nightcap dito po sa paghatid namin sa inyo ng SBA Next. Noel Zarate pa rin po, bringing you the action. Bukas po, tinig ni Jay De La Cruz naman ang inyong maririnig. Kung namimiss nyo na po ang kanyang suave baritone. And of course, Doc Nicky Ang will be handling the final 2 days of this competition for this week. Tanduay Athletics, maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta rito sa SBA Next. As well as Mega Sports World, MSW Sports Betting, maraming salamat din for always supporting SBA Next. I'm pretty sure Coach Dennis po is also watching just to see what kind of talent is out there. Of course, alam naman natin, intact pa rin po ang Manila MSW Mavericks, the runners-up in Season 2 and the runners-up in Season 1. So, Manila MSW Mavericks looking for their first title when SBA Season 3 begins very soon. Solid break. But no result. I mean, if you want to talk about break shots, puntahan mo na yung kuya nitong si Jack De Luna. Jeff De Luna, I believe in one game na pinapakita parati, nag-viral na yan in one break. He had 6 balls down on the break. Buti di pa nakakasira ng bola yan sa televised competition itong si Jeff De Luna. But Jack, of course, his younger brother, known for his cue ball control, and another guy who's pretty good with cue ball control, itong si John Vincent Vicedo, na nanalo sa sorry, I have to say this correctly. Kadalagan. Okay, got it. Kadalagan Open 10-ball championship. He was the champion. 11-10 heel nung kalaban niya si Drasir Mauricio of the SBA champions Negros Occidental Pillars. It's also been a fixture sa mga paghatid ng World 9-Ball Tour. He has a pretty good layout. Again, produkto po ito ng Tupi South Cotabato. Gagaling ko lang dyan sa Polomolok. Napakaganda ng inyong probinsya dyan sa South Cotabato. Four balls away. Again, just one mistake. That's all it takes in this level, ha? Nice natin bigyan ng shout out si Doc Loy, John Albert Refulle na nanonood sa atin. He is rooting for the Fury stable tonight. But it looks like Bad Coy is gonna retake the lead. This 9-ball to the side coming from John Vincent Vicedo the second. 2-1 for Team Bad Coy, the Bad Coy Warriors as they call themselves. In this race to 7, tandaan natin kagabi, JJ Millares, a 7-4 winner kontra kay Alexis Ferrer. Can it happen again tonight? We'll find out when we return.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW for the serious
World Cup champion and the Conland Pro player.
Of course, nais na lahat maging world champion katulad ni Jonas Magpantay. Pero nais din ni Jonas Magpantay na maging SBA champion. After falling short in Season 2, Noel Zarate pa rin po naghatid ng aksyon dito po sa ating stable versus stable. Along with Dynasphere's next-gen phenolic balls, yan po mga ginagamit natin sa ating mga competition. Not only in the SBA, pati na rin dito sa SBA Next. And of course, Conlon ang ating mga mesa na ginagamit dito sa ating kompetisyon. Actually, the cue sticks rather. Rason pala mesa natin. Cue sticks are from Conlon. Yan po nire-represent ka ni Jonas Magpantay. Soft break. It is a legal break, but not as strong as the other breaks that we've seen coming from Vicedo. Dry break, however. So, anong gagawin? Anong balak gawin ni Jack De Luna dito sa numero 1? Hold that thought as we say hi to Giona Christine Chua, who is obviously supporting Bad Koy na nanonood. Let's go daw. Yep. We did say it earlier. The Conlon is the cue sticks and Rason is the table. Sometimes we get it mixed up. But they're all world-class quality billiard equipment. Almost a scratch coming from De Luna. So Vicedo can see the 1 ball. Hello there kay Mark Edison Tungala. Papa shout out. Of course, Marvin Abisami is always watching. So where are we going with this 1 ball? Well, it looks like it was supposed to hide behind the 7, or the cue ball was supposed to go somewhere else. Ang nangyari dito, open na open. Tignan natin yung 6-9 combination that's available later on. If De Luna can get to it, first order of business, getting to the 2 ball galing dito sa 1. 2 nakalibing sa likod ng 3, and that contact helped on the 4 para magkaroon ng magandang angulo to get to this 3 ball from the 2. Ganda siguro ano no laban nitong Cheska Centeno at saka si Jack De Luna. Kaliwete kontra kaliwete. Ginulo. Well, balak sana dito ni De Luna na paalisin dun yung 6. Ay, mas naging problemado pa tuloy siya sa 6 if he gets to it. No longer straight in for the 9. And also the 3 ball requires a bank shot or a safety. Just when you thought makakabuelo ka na, you may have to give up the table again. Oh, but that's a great hiding spot for the cue ball. That is a punishing shot from Jack De Luna. I mean, how many rails are required now to get to the 3 ball? Buti nga, hindi pa niya nadiin sa likod ng 9. Of course, Dart Bonode also watching us. Rooting for his squad, Bad Koy. That's a intentional foul taken by Vicedo. There was no way to get out of that. So, binigyan niya lang ang problema. Ito si De Luna down the line for that 6-9. Nakatuwa yung mga SBA players, mga nanonood din dito sa atin. Kanina nabati na natin si Demosthenes Pulpul, pati nila si Mark Jeric Leyva. I mean, they are very curious to know kung sino yung mga either magiging kalaban or magiging kakampi in Season 3. And some of these candidates are right here in these 2 stables. If you're wondering why guys like Dart Bonode and itong si Reynald Salinel and of course the Black Carabao Albert Espinola are here, yung mga teams nila have declared them as free agents. So they have no team right now in the SBA. Of course, that's not gonna last long. Good break up here by De Luna. It could be in line na maubos ang mga natitirang bola rito. Ligpitable, ika nga. Just enough angle here for the 6. Ayaw niya masapatos siya na sa 8 pero mukhang kinulang ang kanyang pagbagsak doon. Still able to avoid that 8 ball. And in stark contrast, of course, pagdating sa ating independents, there are also some familiar names there sa ating independent teams. We're gonna hear the likes of Ruel Omay, Eric Navarrete. Sino pa ba nandyan? Allen Solsona. They are all in the independent players roster. So there's a good chance that they might make it to the final 10. Pero tandaan natin, one miss you die dito po sa SBA Next. It could be in for a long drawn-out match the way this is going. De Luna to tie things up once again. The Tornado delivers for the Fury stable as we are now tied at 1 game apiece. Nakikita natin yung mga kakampi niya. We can see ito si Reynald Salinel, John Albert Refulle up there to support itong kanilang lumalaban na si Jack De Luna. Back for more after these.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
2-all ang ating score. Fury and Bad Koy, pretty much similar to what was happening last night. Of course, nangyari kahapon, JJ Millares suddenly pulled away, making a 7-4 win against Alexis Ferrer. One Ball Billiards Specialist, thank you very much sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta ng SBA and SBA Next. Kasama na rin ng Andy para sa ating mga tapete na ginagamit sa ating mga competition in the SBA and SBA Next. Noel Zarate pa rin po. Naghatid sa inyo ng aksyon. Way past the 11 o'clock mark already. Jack De Luna. Kanina, pinakitaan tayo na soft break nitong si John Vincent Vicedo. Let's see if De Luna will copy the Bulls break. Not too strong, not too soft, but a dry break. 6 ball gets in the way of the 1 ball. At tandaan natin dito sa SBA, there are no jump shots allowed. So Vicedo has to get creative on how he wants to get to this 1 ball. He can play a push out if he wishes. Push out it is. Balak niya sana idikit talaga sa rail. Now, if De Luna is not happy with the position he's got, he can return this to Vicedo. It looks like De Luna might be thinking, I can make this long shot. Kaya sa side, actually. Pero sa corner pa rin kinuha. Yun lang, mumugation. Mumugation para dito kay Jack De Luna. So the ploy works for Vicedo on his push out. And look at this layout. We could have our first run out of the evening dito sa ating stable versus stable. Did have a run out earlier during our independent players matchup. Again, no issues to report in this layout para kay John Vincent Vicedo. So over the next 5 days, we're going to get to see everybody play Kasi 5 players per team. We do have 5 days of competition. At matagal-tagal ito. There could be a chance that everybody can go up against everybody dito sa ating preliminary round ng ating stable versus stable. Again for Vicedo. 4 balls away. Vicedo on record, ano? As, at least sa mga kinakalkula sa kanya ng mga ibang pool agencies. He's got a Fargo rating of 604 and he is 26 and 25 sa mga recorded matches to get to that Fargo rating. It's a win rate of 51%. But tonight, he is up 3-2 kontra dito kay Jack De Luna as the Bad Koi Warriors take the lead once again. We'll be back for more action from SBA Next. Ang score po natin 3-2 although ang scoreboard has not changed yet. It is 3 for Bad Koi, 2 for Fury. Yan, yung graphic natin tama, yung scoreboard natin doon sa likod. Kailangan pang magising ng konti mo, kaya kakailanganin ng kape. Si Carter. Carter, palitan mo na yan. So, John Vincent Vicedo leading now over Jack De Luna in the stable versus stable. And once again, One Sports Plus. Napapanood nyo po kami dyan ng live. At minsan may replay din yan sa umaga. Pilipinas Live, live and on demand. Mapapanood ang SBA Next. Of course, all part of the Signal Network. Doing a great job broadcasting sports, not only to the entire Philippines, but to the world as well. Vicedo on the break. Successful. 6 ball goes down. Cue ball stays up, and a shot on the 1 for John Vincent Vicedo the second. Yan ang competition name niya, kasama talaga yung the second. Opening shot on the 1 might be the toughest shot dito sa layout na ito. Able to get it down, but this is drifting a little too far for the 2 ball. Tandaan po ulit natin, ito si Vicedo. Hails from Tupi, South Cotabato, and is known as the Black Lizard. Taga Montalban, Rizal naman itong si Jack De Luna, the Tornado, but the Tornado has to wait. 2 ball, not attacked. It's gonna be a safety. Maaabot ba yan sa likod ng 9? Not quite. Let's see if Jack De Luna is like Jeff. Long shots like this are nothing to Jeff De Luna. Sarap yung tambalan na yun. Jeff De Luna, the bull with Superman, Roberto Gomez. A miss on the 2. Hindi na itago sa likod ng 7. That would have been a great backup plan for Jack De Luna. Instead, it remains an open layout for John Vincent Vicedo. Ryan Mark Hidalgo, we're talking about the Black Lizard. Kanina ito, the Black Eagle. Nanonood si Ryan Mark Hidalgo. And Arnel Quijano, shout out from CDO. Mga nanonood sa atin, mga nakikipagpuyatan sa atin dito sa SBA Next. Remember, the matches are from Tuesday to Saturday. And we'll get to see all the players of the stable in action within this week. Again, problem-free layout para dito kay Vicedo. That's a great point by our director, Bimbo. May tatlo na daw black dito sa SBA. The Black Carabao, the Black Eagle, and the Black Lizard. Oh, hindi pa natin nakikita si the Black Tiger. But this Black Lizard is slithering through this rack with no problems at all. Eight passes the 9. And now a 4-2 lead for John Vincent Vicedo of Team Bad Coy. The Bad Coy Warriors now up by 2. Contra sa Fury as Jack De Luna needs to come up with something if he gets back to the table. Rack number 7 when we return.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW for the serious sports
champion and the Conland Pro player.
There's our referee Mario Bautista making sure that everything is in order. Pansin niyo, hindi tayo gumagamit ng yung mga iba-ibang rack, pinangra-rack dito. We're still using the traditional steel rack. And wherever Mario Bautista places that cue ball, dyan ka sasargo. Hindi mo na pwedeng ilipat-lipat yan. There's no cut break dito po sa SBA. But we do have our friends who support us. Kasama na dyan ang Andy sa mga tapeteng ginagamit natin dito sa ating mga Rason tables and pusop.com. Once again, part of the Smart Sports Network. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Noel Zarate pa rin po. Malapit na po maghating gabi. Pero hindi pa po natatapos ang labanan natin dito sa Stable versus Stable sa SBA Next. John Vincent Vicedo successful on his break the last time up. Can he do it again? Seven ball almost went down. That's a break that looks pretty much like what Ronnie Alcano used against Ralph Suquet in the 2006 World Championship. Although yung kay Ronnie talaga napakabanayar ng kanyang sargo. And it's a cut break, means the one ball is automatically going into the side pocket dito. Halos mahirap lagyan ng siyensya yung pagsargo sa SBA. De Luna better watch out. Okay. It's always a chance of a scratch from that position getting to the 2 ball. He has to do it again to get to the 3 ball. Ang dami nakaharang. Parang letter T formation. Mga bola doon sa gitna ng ating mesa. Can he escape the gravitational pull of the 7 ball? Not quite. Again, a preparation error para kay Jack De Luna. Can still see a piece of the 3 ball. Oh, this is This is a cross bank. This is a cross bank. What a shot! Coming from Jack De Luna. Pangalawang beses na niya ginawa yan. Earlier with the 4 ball, leading to a 5-9 combination to win a second rack. And now that cross bank to set up an open look on the 4. Very creative, this youngster from Montalban, Rizal, but does not have a clean look on the 4. Cannot follow up that spectacular shot with yet another one. Kagandahan lang dito, maraming nakaharang sa 4. And the attempt at putting that cue ball behind the 5 will merit nothing. That's going to be a foul kontra kay Vicedo. Wala pong tumamang bola sa kahit na anong rail. Wala rin pumasok. That's ball in hand for De Luna. And because of all of the collisions with the cue ball, lumuwag ng konti ang layout para dito kay Tornado. Jack De Luna with a great opportunity to move 1 rack behind. Target practice lang ito. 6 and 7 the opposite side pockets, 8 into the corner pocket. Come back for the 9 in the opposite corner pocket. And it's great if you're in Fury na yung dalawang Sharkinger, the King Sharks. Oh, that almost stayed up. The 2 noisy players in the SBA are actually on your team. You're talking about Albert Espinola and Reynel Salinel for Team Fury. And De Luna brings them to within 1. 4-3 ang ating score. And itong kupunan ng Badco is still up but only by 1 rack. We'll be right back.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
SBA Next continues as we move into rack number 8. Dikitan tong ating laban. Tanda natin last night, it was a 7-3 win for JJ Millares over Alexis Ferrer as the Badcoy Warriors struck first. As we thank PusoP.com for your continued support of SBA and SBA Season 2. Of course, kasama dyan ang Smart Sports. PusoP.com, part of the Smart Sports Network. Noel Zarate pa rin po, naghatid sa inyo ng aksyon sa mga nakikipuyat with us at sa mga nakikisilong sa ulan. Ingat lang po sa pag-uwi at enjoy lang po tayo sa ating pinapanood sa SBA Next. Jack De Luna. This looks to be another dry break for the Tornado. One thing we have not seen yet in the first 2 days of competition is ang golden break. Kanina, kung gagamitin natin yung lingwahe ni Doc Nicky Ang, nakita tayong 2 golden pato kanina. This is gonna be a push out for Vicedo. distance shot now being given to Jack De Luna. And again, maraming mga taguan na pwedeng gamitin. Should he choose to play defensive? Just like that. There is a meteor field. An asteroid belt. At ang ginamit dito ni De Luna na pangunahing pangharang sa pamato ang numero 2. So it's going to be a one-rail kick coming from Vicedo. Good contact on the 1. Maybe that 1 is makeable into the side pocket. Yan ang aaralin dito ni Jack De Luna. Can also hit the 1 in such a way na tatama yung cue ball sa 9. Just to make it a little bit more exciting. But instead, chooses to hide. And thanks to that 7 ball, nabawasan ang options dito nitong si Vicedo. That'll be a tough kick shot from the bottom rail because of that 3 ball. Pero wala siyang option dito. He must take this on. Referee Mario Bautista is looking very intently. If that cue ball so much as moves, good shot. Good result. The question is there enough of the 1? Mukhang kaya eh. There may be enough of that 1 ball to pocket it into that corner pocket. But again, you have to think of where the cue ball lands for the 2. Naiwasan ng scratch. Does the 2 pass the 5? Looks like it does. Kanina may naputukan na shot clock ha. Itong si Jeffrey Marquez in our Independence game was not able to beat the shot clock. So instead of thinking of offensive options dito, De Luna goes back on defense and creates a good one. 2-rail kick coming up now for Vicedo as the 9 and the 7 are blocking the 2. Kick and stick. Di umubra. Now, if De Luna chooses to go for the 2 ball into the corner pocket, he might consider running into the 9 as well. Nasabi na natin niya kanina, pero tiga, pakurida yung tira niya eh. See if he does try to make contact with that 9. No, it's a defensive shot again. This time, however, kitang-kita na si Dos. And I'm pretty sure Vicedo's gonna say, stop it with this safety game. Pwede na siyang umupensa rito. However, is he still okay on the 3? Tirang pabuntis ito para sa numero 3. Oh, the 2 ball is still there. Excuse me. Ando pa pala yung 2. Thought he was already looking at the 3 ball. He was looking at the 3 ball, but after it comes off the 2, boom, napaghiwalay pa yung 7 at saka 9. It's like there's gonna be another safety shot here. Unless De Luna says he can bank this in. Safety ulit. We're about a minute to midnight and we could be saying goodbye to our Signal subscribers or Signal viewers tonight, but keep it locked sa ating mga live streaming platforms. for our continuation of this matchup, stable versus stable between Bad Koy and Fury. So maraming salamat sa mga nanood sa atin sa One Sports and One Sports Plus. Good stretch by De Luna. Ika nga ni Mark Jerick Leyva, puro banayar lang ang kanyang mga tira. Oh, I remember now, in the independence list, nakita ko rin doon ang pangalan ni Michael Kinay. One of my favorite players as well. Hope to see them in action very soon, probably within this week. Depende pa yun sa draw talaga eh. De Luna 3 balls away from tying this one up. Another thing that you notice about Jack De Luna, hindi siya kasing bilis tumira ng kanyang kuya. Very deliberate in his approach. Goes through the same routine. Yan, he's known for his cue ball control. This 9 to tie it up. For all. Rack number 9 will be decided in just a few moments. Stay with us for our continuing coverage of SBA Next.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
Cup champion and the Conland Pro player.
Back with us here inside the Sharks Billiards Arena sa Morato, Quezon City. 5-4 in this race to 7. Lamang po ang Bad Koy Warriors kontra sa Fury Stable. Noel Zarate pa rin po nag-atid sa inyo ng aksyon. And we'd like to thank our friends from Signal for your continued support of the SBA and SBA Next. Of course, nabanggit nga natin na may mga coaches ang magkabilang koponan. Robbie Asuncion, of course, the coach para sa Fury. And tonight, in the absence of Johan Chua, it is Jeffrey Ignacio who is manning the helm para sa Bad Koy, the Cobra himself. And the breaks continue to be woeful for both. I'm gonna see another push out, this time from De Luna. Cue ball, nakakabit talaga dito sa numero 4. Up to go towards the bottom right corner pocket on this push out. Konting distansya lamang. See if Vicedo returns this. Initially looking at it, parang walang benepisyo sa pagtira dito unless you have a safety in mind. It's like Vicente will not return it. He's going to take it on. Safety supposed to be behind the 2. Hindi umabot. Oh, this is makeable for De Luna. Matrapik papuntang 2. I mean, look at that. That's just wide open. 2 ball not obstructed by anything. Of course, nakita nga natin, these two players have a propensity to play safety battles. Hence, this scoreline at this time of the night. Not making contact with the 5, that would have been favorable. Although pwede pa naman yan para kay De Luna. Does play a safety this time, parking that cue ball behind the 4. Once again, nice din natin acknowledge, of course, yung mga owners ng ating mga stables dito for the Fury stable, Adrian Oquindo and Mark Chan, who are always with the team. At kagabi na nakita ka natin, Jarvin Choa, the team owner of Bad Koi, was in attendance. Jarvin Choa, one of the most generous people in all of sports, has always been a staunch supporter of billiards. Of course, yung kanyang dalawang bata, Jeff Ignacio and Johan Chua, look at how far they've gone under his support. It'll be a safety battle that will continue dito para sa dalawang manlalarong ito. And you can't blame them. Ang daming taguan na pwede mangyari dito. He who makes the first mistake. And Robbie Asuncion and the rest of the Fury stable consulting with Jack De Luna. 1 rail, maybe 2 rails for this 2. 2 rails, gumalaw ba? No, did not make contact with the 2 ball. So winning the safety battle is Jack De Luna. At may pagkakataon na naman makatabla ang Fury. No obstructions with ball in hand on the 2. And he's not even going to go to the edge of the table. Dito na niya titira. Yan ang benepisyo ng isang kaliwete. The 4 passes the 5. Nadispabor lang ng bagya itong si De Luna to get good position on this 5 ball. But that upper part of the table is completely open. Pwede niya pasayawin yung pamato dyan. Or just do that. Accept the angle. Medyo pabuntis dito para sa 6. That's not where he wanted it to land for sure. Di lang medyo 9 months na yan. Yan pabuntis na yan. Malapit na mga anak yan. He is left-handed though, so this favors his position. No problem. Nice natin batiin yung mga nanonood dyan sa home stable ng Fury or home court ng Fury sa Q-Hub. Nanonood daw ang buong bilyaran, lalo na si Romel Tumala. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsuporta sa inyong stable. And the Fury stable is about to tie this at 5 games apiece. Coming off a foul from Vicedo, hindi na pinabalik ni Jack De Luna. So one stable is 2 racks away from taking the victory. Which stable? We will find out when we return.
Experience the ultimate thrill. The perfect place to enjoy the game. Catch the best odds, the biggest games, and the fastest payouts. Make it even more exciting with MSW. MSW, for the serious sports bettor.
Five all po ang ating score. Rack number 11 is upon us. Again, nanalo po kagabi ang Bad Coy Warriors 7-4. JJ Millares defeating Alexis Ferrer. Could that be the case again tonight? Maraming salamat sa mga kaibigan natin sa Signal for your continued support of the SBA and SBA Next as well as Smart Sports. Thank you very much for your support. Noel Zarate pa rin po. Naghatid sa inyo ng aksyon, and this match is of course far from over with a tied score. But it's been the breaks ng magkabilang kupunan that have really stalled their momentum. It's been a while since we've seen a good break. Can De Luna change that? Cannot. Once again, we could open with a safety battle. May konting kita rito, numero 1. The question is, does it pass behind the 4? Let's see if John Vincent Vicedo can take this on offense. Otherwise, 3 rails to hide. Oh, hit it from behind. Not quite sure if that was the plan. This should be an easy hide for Jack De Luna behind the 2 ball. Well, was not able to control the pace, so kitang-kita pati siya napakaamot sa naging resulta ng kanyang tira. Another safety shot coming up here, this time from Vicedo. Ito po nagiging tema natin sa ating labanan. That's just a vicious safety. Putting the cue ball behind the 4. There is no escape for De Luna here. He has to tie something up. Pwede niyang isama yung 4 dyan sa 7 at saka sa 2. Minsan mahirap tanggapin na natalo ka sa safety battle, but these things happen to everybody. He's gonna try to tie up the 4, the 7, and the 2, and not scratch at the same time. An intentional foul. Nakuha ba niya yung ninanais niya na magka-problema sa 4-7? Itong si Vicedo. Because that 2 ball is open. And so is the 4 actually. So I don't think De Luna was able to get what he wanted out of that intentional foul. Beautiful stroke for Vicedo. Medyo na diretso siya rito sa tres. You have to cheat the pocket a bit on this draw shot. Was it enough? It was not enough. Or it is enough. Medyo matagal lang talagang pagdidesisyon niya doon. So John Vincent Vicedo, 5 balls away from putting Bad Koy on the hill. Ganda ng angulo mula 7 papuntang 8. Wouldn't be surprised though if this does go hill-hill. The caliber being shown by these two players. Little short. But Vicedo will take this. This 9 ball for the hill. No issues on the stroke of John Vincent Vicedo. Bad Koy on the hill in this race to 7. Stable versus stable. Can they make it 2 in a row? Or makakahabol pa ba si De Luna to tie this up? Magbabalik po kami. Diyan lang po kayo.
World Cup champion and the Conland Pro player.
Ito na po, rack number 13. It has come down to this sa labanan ni John Vincent Vicedo of the Bad Koy Warriors and Jack De Luna of the Fury Stable. And nakita natin sa chat, the owner of the Fury Stable, Jarvin Choa, is saying, "Go Suabe, let's go Suabe." At swabing-swabe, kasama dyan ang Tanduay Athletics. Saktong-sakto yan. So eto na po ang huling sargo sa gabing ito. At ang gagawa pa nun, itong si Jack De Luna. Fury looking to tie this at 1 win apiece. And that is the first successful break for over an hour. Ang ganda pa ng kalat ng bola para dito kay De Luna. It's his rack to lose. No issues to report. That 3 and the 9, addressable yan. Everything out in the open. Just a matter of focus now for the Tornado, Jack De Luna. Here's the key shot because yung 3, hinaharangan ng 9. Unless you're 100% sure that you can commit to a combination, you don't want the combination. Bumuka yung tira. And the 2 ball stays up. And you can see the result of that shot. Ayaw nga talaga yung kombinasyon sa 3-9. Went to short side the 3 but missed the object ball. Now if you're Vicedo, do you attack or do you try to bring De Luna back to a safety battle? He will choose to bank this in. What a shot under pressure for John Vincent Vicedo, and now he is looking at the 3-9 combination. You have to be fully committed to this shot. This to stay undefeated in SBA Next. Three-9 combination successful, and John Vincent Vicedo gives the win to the Bad Koi Warriors 7-6 over Jack De Luna of the Fury stable. What a match! And in the end, the team that got the first successful break, sila pa ang natalo sa rack number 13. So that's 2 consecutive wins now for the Bad Koi Warriors. And Fury will have to look to go back to the drawing board and find their first win tomorrow. So once again, congratulations sa ating mga independent players who saw action today, and for Team Bad Koi Warriors for taking the 7-6 victory over Fury, at sila pa rin po ay undefeated dito po sa SBA Next. That's all the time we have for all of you tonight. Congratulations to all of the winners, and we will see you again tomorrow for more action from SBA Next. Ito po si Noel Zarate. Paalam.